Good morning. I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6:31 on Thursday, June 27th. Now let's go on ahead and send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Almost to Friday. It's Friday Eve mode, I know. 64 outside. It's obviously looking wet. The rain is departing, but we've gotten some good breaks in the clouds to the north and west, and that has allowed for fog to develop, some lower visibility, so please keep that in mind as your travels take you closer to the I-64 corridor. 60s this morning, closer to 70 in some locations back into the Cumberland Valley. Also toward Prestonsburg, 68 at Jackson and at Ashland. Here is the pinpoint Doppler radar. Again, from I-75 right along the Kentucky-Tennessee border as you extend all the way toward 81 in Johnson City and Bristol. This will continue to depart through Virginia and North Carolina as we head through the next several hours. So what that means for us, things improve from the morning into the afternoon, and a forecast high in Hazard with a better feel to the air this evening, up to 85. How about the weekend? We'll let you know. Hard to believe we're putting the wraps on June. The first alert 7-day forecast is coming up in a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. On Tuesday, officials with the Perry County Sheriff's Department were made aware of a missing 14-year-old girl in the Delphia community. During investigation, officials discovered that Thomas Charles Lange, an 18-year-old of Lebanon, Tennessee, was seen in the area where the young girl went missing. When Lange learned law enforcement officials were searching for him, he attempted to run from police heading towards Tennessee. Later, he was stopped in Bell County by law enforcement, and during that investigation, they learned that the two met online and had a plan for Lange to take the girl away from her father's home to her grandmother's home in Tennessee. Lange was arrested and the young girl was safely returned home. Lange was charged with kidnapping and custodial interference. A multi-agency investigation turned up a large amount of drugs and guns in southern Kentucky. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says the organization spanned several states and supplied large amounts of meth to Laurel and Clay counties. The Laurel County Drug Interdiction Task Force recovered more than 11 pounds of meth, 8 pounds of marijuana inside a London home. They also seized 23 firearms, more than $15,000 in cash, and several vehicles.
Drugs seem to be the root of all problems. I mean, as far as driving, our burglaries, our thefts, it affects our young children, it affects households, and I feel that we have really made a difference, and we will continue to make a difference.
3 people were charged in the investigation. Vernon Delph of London, Jay Boykin from Georgia, and Karonda Tillman of Tennessee. Sheriff Root says they do expect indictments and more drug seizures in this case. A husband and wife are dead after a shooting in Pike County. Troopers with Kentucky State Police say they responded to a home on Kelly Mountain Road where they found 2 bodies with gunshot wounds. The couple was identified as 57-year-old Ricky Potter and 51-year-old Sabrina Potter. Troopers believe Ricky Potter's wound was self-inflicted, and they do not believe another person was involved in the incident. A man and a woman are facing charges after police launched an investigation into the sale of illegal narcotics in Wayne County. Sheriff's deputies obtained a search warrant for a home on Kelly Lane Road. 4 bags of a crystal substance believed to be meth, guns, and other drugs were found by police. Jared Gregory of Monticello was arrested. The search warrant also led to the arrest of Amy Chaplin of Monticello. Officials with one Southern Kentucky Sheriff's Department are asking for help finding a pair of ATVs that were reportedly stolen. According to the Laurel County Sheriff's Office, the 2 ATVs were taken from Laurel Whitley Road, which is about 7 miles south of London. One is red, as you can see in that picture, and the other appears to be a shade of green. If you have any information about this, you can contact the Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600. Yesterday, we told you about a new report showing how Kentucky compares to others when it comes to incarceration rates. The Prison Policy Initiative is a nonpartisan nonprofit that conducts research on mass incarceration. They report that Kentucky has one of the highest incarceration rates in the nation and more than many countries across the globe. Alyssa Williams talked with legal experts and gun reform advocates about these numbers.
A study released by the Prison Policy Initiative says that Kentucky has a higher incarceration rate than any Democratic country on earth. And now legal experts are weighing in on those findings. Mike Wessler with the initiative says they pull these numbers from the Bureau of Justice Statistics and the World Prison Brief. And they show that Kentucky has an incarceration rate of 889 per 100,000 residents.
With this report, we try to show that this isn't how it has to be. This is something that is unique to America.
Fayette County Commonwealth's attorney Kimberly Baird says it's hard to compare criminal justice systems that vary from state to state and country to country.
It was hard to get the context of that because what are the other things that are happening in those other places that are maybe keeping those incarceration rates down?
Baird adds that Kentucky's lack of resources and alternative sentencing could be contributing to a higher incarceration rate.
Some people are committing crimes in order to go, you know. Some don't want to be paroled because they're in a better situation. What educational resources, what financial resources, what family resources, what counseling resources, what are we doing as a community to help people succeed?
In Lexington, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Several people are hurt after a cement truck crashed in Powell County. Stanton police say the truck hit a car in the area of Washington Avenue and West College Avenue. In some newly obtained photos, you can see how one of the vehicles was crushed. 3 people were rushed to the hospital. We do not know the extent of their injuries at this time, but Kentucky State Police are taking over the investigation. A Whitley County man faces 2 decades in prison after taking a plea deal in a deadly DUI crash. According to that deal, Alvaro Manriquez was speeding in a stolen Ford F-150 in November of 2022. He ran a red light in Old Louisville and hit 5 different vehicles. 2 brothers died in the crash. Police say Manriquez was on meth at the time and did not have a license. He is facing several charges, including 2 counts of murder, but he took a plea deal in exchange for 20 years in prison. Somerset fire crews battled a mobile home fire early yesterday morning. When they arrived, they saw black smoke coming from a home off Hacker Road. Crews quickly located the fire in the laundry area and put it out. Everyone who lives there made it out safely and no one was injured. And there was also a fire in Pineville. Units from both Pineville Fire and the Bell County Fire Department were called to a house fire with people possibly trapped on Jones Avenue. When they arrived, the building was fully engulfed. No one was found inside the house. The fire was put out with no injuries. 4 airport employees were honored at the Wendell Ford Airport yesterday for their efforts during the 2022 flood. Tabitha Collins, Michelle Howard, Luke Sandlin, and Dylan Davidson all received the Kentucky State Police Commissioner's Award for going above and beyond. Officers say a casualty collection point was set up inside the airport, and the 4 worked roughly 16 hours a day. Trooper Matt Gayhart says this is a prestigious award.
It's not something that we just give away easily. It's a long process, starting by notification of the intent to nominate an awardee. That process goes through channels, gets checked off on by numerous different people, all the way up to the commissioner's desk. Once he's approved, then we can carry on out and get those people recognized.
Officers say the 4 honorees helped to prevent more loss of life after the flood. Dylan Davidson was unable to attend the event.
And a good Thursday morning to you. Some visibility issues across the Commonwealth this morning. First with the rain, now with the fog that has developed. Visibility's back up to a mile in Jackson. It's dropped down to a half mile for those of you with interest getting into Lexington and around New Circle Road. In the meantime, it's 68 at Prestonsburg, 68 at Middlesboro, also 68 as you make way into Irvin. All right, the pinpoint Doppler radar shows the action again just to our south. A few lingering showers, Wayne, Whitley counties back toward Monticello. This is all departing Middlesboro right now. And we'll get out of Norton completely here as we head toward the top of the hour. All right, check out the travel forecast again as we lose the rain on its departure. We'll lose the fog as it burns off. We get into the sunshine and things improve very nicely as we head through this Thursday. Nice feel to the air this evening, too. Up to 85 in Hazard. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Olivia.
Thanks, Tim, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. The day after it was declared a public health emergency, Democrats make a new push for gun reform.